Hi, my name's Wanda. I'm going to channel for you tonight. That means I allow love energy to pass through me. It turns into vibration in my throat and a message for you. So not only the folks that are gathered here, but also the people that they represent. So this is a love energy that's passing through and coming straight for you. So I'm going to take my glasses off. We're going to have a couple of people ring the bowls, and then I'll start channeling. Okay, go ahead, bowl ringers.
Need to unmute.
This has become a moment in time that will not be repeated, for it is a gathering for those in a certain space where they find themselves this very moment. For in a moment, you'll be in a different space, and the group dynamics, the group of energy will not be the same. So as you gather together this moment, it's important for you to understand that you are bringing forth something to this group that is gathered here. It is not about the host allowing energy to pass through completely. That is the trigger point. That is the sheep herder, perhaps we would put it. But you are all energetically bringing something forth to this gathering. For you have chosen to be as you are for this moment, with each other and as you sit. So it's important to know that you are not just showing up for a lecture. You are bringing forth your energetic self to mingle with other energetic beings and the universe of love. So this is a group exercise. This is a gathering of humans to connect together with love energy. And as you come together in these groups, you are verifying and witnessing yourself in others. For when you notice love energy in yourself and others, you are understanding that you're one. So all that are gathered here are one, as are all of the other humans on the earth, but it's easier to think of this small group as one, for you are energetically connected to one another, for you are all the same love energy. And you have come forth to put on your physical body and move around on the earth. So it's important to remember that this is no ordinary energetic exchange. This is a group coming together. It is a namaste in a group setting. So instead of one by one, it's group. It's a group of you coming together. So it's important to understand that you are not vacant shells showing up for a dress rehearsal or something like this. You are bringing your energetic selves forth. So what will we have an energetic exchange about at this time?
Hi, Erin. This is Andrew.
You know that this is not truly your title. This is just a momentary label for a short time. It is not your true essence of who you are. So it is a sort of we don't mean to throw you off, but it's a falseness. It's just something that is put on top of who you truly are, which is a love being. So you are truly a love being. So what is it you'd like to speak of?
I'm just wondering if you would have a message for me.
Ah, as we have begun, it's important for you to understand that you are not simply contained by this label that you put on yourself. The universe does not see you by this small, small drop. For you are much more than that. You are magnificent, you are huge, you are large, you have much energy to share with the world, and yet you have a notion that you're teeny weeny. Now, why would a human wish to be teeny weeny? So no one will notice, so you don't make any ripples in life, so you can skirt along the edges. No one will notice you. But
Sounds like me.
what if it were time for you to come to the center? What if it for you to change your title to magnificent being? What if you were to say, hello, I'm a magnificent being, and what do you call yourself? A total different way of moving through the world when you see yourself in the truest manner of who you are, the deepest self and the highest self. For perhaps there are others waiting for what you have to offer. Perhaps you yourself are missing the energetic connection between you and other humans, which can only be found when you step out into the center and say, hello, I'm a magnificent being. Are there any other magnificent beings that wish to come and have an energetic exchange with me? What if you are honest and this is the truth for you and all others? But what about getting your head out of the way and allowing your magnificent divine self to come out for a while? What if your brain and ego could take a bit of time off, go on a little vacation somewhere, and your magnificent divine self will have more time to come forth and have a little fun, for heaven's sakes? It's your magnificent divine self that loves to have fun. Your brain and ego try to keep you small, very, very, very small, much as the title that you have given to yourself, small. So they coincide well. Brain and ego and this naming of self, they get along very well. Yes, let's be small, we'll be safe. But what if there's more than that? What if there's being unsafe? What if there's being wild and crazy? What about that for a while? What about experiencing that side of life? For truly you have kept yourself very small, thinking you'd be safe, but it's very lonely and isolated, because what you truly desire on the inside, all of you, is a love connection with other beings and a reminder that that you come from the universe of love and that's your home. You're just visiting down here, mingling with people and such. But what if you were starting to remember? Do you understand what we are speaking of?
I think some of that resonates with me, yes.
Would you think it's time for you to have a little fun?
I think so. I think I'm starting to have an awakening. I think energy is starting to move through me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And recall, or recall is the correct word. Recall that your brain and ego wish to keep you safe. So you can
Yeah.
just notice that. When it says, oh, stay in the small space and close the door, then you'll be safe. You could just notice, oh, that's my brain and ego keeping me safe again. What if I don't want to be safe?
Yeah. No,
What
actually,
the light?
I don't want to be trapped in a bubble anymore, and because I think that was my survival instinct growing up, was to make myself small and invisible.
Yes,
But now
invisible.
that doesn't serve me anymore.
It
Yeah.
does not only you, it does not serve the world that are waiting for you. You
Yeah.
see, it's
Yeah.
not just about you anymore.
Right.
It's about the world. The world is waiting for you to come out too, because they wish to play with you. They want to be involved and have an energetic exchange with you. So you are keeping all of this love energy to yourself, or perhaps not taking it at all, rejecting it completely. So there are playmates waiting for you. Doesn't
Thank
that
you.
sound like more fun?
It does. It does. Yeah. I definitely have that playful side waiting to come out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that good for you?
Yes. Thank you.
Let us do namaste together.
Namaste.
Namaste. Are there others who wish to be reminded of their playful self?
Good evening, Aaron. I'll take up your challenge. I'm curious as to when we can let go, or how to, putting brain and ego aside, how to experience that energetic side more.
It is difficult to set the brain and ego aside when you have relied upon it and you believe it has served you well. So there comes a point where you now must sit down and have a conversation with your brain and ego, straight up conversation, that you have served me well. You have kept me more than alive. You have kept my brain very active. You have given me a presence. You have been very good friend for me. You are friends with your brain and ego. So yes, and we've gotten through many, many things, and you have helped me. But now I'm starting to wonder if there was more assistance than you. This expands your world, you see. For as you give all of the credit to your brain and ego for getting you through and getting you all these gifts and such, you're forgetting that perhaps there's something larger going on. Perhaps you were supposed to pass through certain things in your life. Perhaps you're supposed to be at this place. Perhaps you're supposed to remember now that you're in this energetic exchange. Perhaps it's time for you to be bigger. This is an awakening time for you. But it's important to thank your brain and ego for what they have gotten done, because you are starting to investigate your curious nature has got you investigating non-physical. So now your world's getting bigger and bigger. So it's becoming a different time for you. But it is important to recognize and thank the brain and ego, not to turn your back on them, for they have been your friends, they have been your comrades. They don't deserve to be ignored. They can be acknowledged, but you can also say, now I'm looking for something bigger, something more. And in this space, this huge space, there's much magic in there. You don't really know what's in there, and that's part of the magic. The curiosity of yourself. What is in a big, huge space? For you are no longer fearful of space. You're all right with it. You're comfortable. You will go into a big empty space fearlessly. So this is new. This is different. You're changing your way of being. You're turning into a human interested in possibilities beyond the human brain, beyond human curiosity. Do you understand what we mean?
I think so. I'm certainly pursuing this as an interest. I'm just curious as to why we don't all remember it. If it's innate with all of us, why is it we are all stumbling trying to remember these concepts?
There are many who don't stumble to remember. There are many who don't remember at all. So you are stumbling to remember. There are many who remember all of it, and there are many who don't remember any of it and never will. So you have found yourself in the middle, you see. So you are certainly a group of humans that's curious or open to possibilities, but you're not all of the humans. There are many, as you know, that have seen ghosts and dead humans all of their lives. And there are others who will never see one. They will never hear a voice from the other side. They'll never hear their ears ringing. They will never, because they have no interest in that. But you are the humans in the middle, interested in possibilities.
For me, it's more of an observing or becoming aware of possibility as opposed to a remembering. I don't feel that there's, don't remember it like an incident that's happened to me in the past.
So your brain and ego would choose to use this word instead of agreeing, you see. And that is your default. It keeps you a little bit outside of the imagining. So it doesn't really matter whether you remember or whether you uncover or whether you have a near-death experience. They're all the same because they are a recalling of something that is beyond your human lifetime. And that's something magnificent. Many humans don't know anything that exists beyond it. They think they live and that's the end of it. But you can call it whatever you wish because it's a grand energetic universe full of information. So you can call that whatever you want. And we try to be loose with the words because humans have certain triggers for certain words. And this energetic exchange will be listened to by other humans who have these triggers. So we are general with it, but it's truly a remembering. But if you don't remember it being a remembering, then to you, it's a new discovery. Guess what? I just found out there's a universe of love and energy. Absolutely fine. Say you just discovered it this moment that there are ghosts around. It doesn't really matter if you discovered this moment or whether it's a remembering. For in the end, you are acknowledging that there's something larger than you and you are part of it. And you are being held within a human body. That's the true story.
Yeah, I think of it more as changing in the belief system as opposed to remembering an incident or remembering events or something that may have occurred before.
For some, it is an awakening. They just suddenly sleep and wake up and know all things. So it is different for each.
Very good. All right, thank you.
That's good for you?
Yes, thank you.
Let us do namaste.
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 Hello, Abraham.
You have got your non-physicals mixed up. This is very humorous.
Oh, Aaron. Hi, Aaron.
It doesn't really mean anything anyway. It's just a title that we have put forth so humans will understand that this type of message comes under this type of category. And this is who you are referring to also. They have a message that is similar in fashion. So you know when you listen to that title that you will get this sort of hearing. And when you listen to this other title, you'll get this sort of hearing. It's all the same universe of love. It's the same energy passing through, but there are different focuses. So whatever you are interested in as a human, you will focus on whichever one is most triggering for you or most important to you at the moment. So it doesn't really matter. There's really no offense or anything. It's just sort of humorous that you are interested in non-physical every which way. So you are that type of human, the type of human that is so open, everything can flow in there. And you will have to decide, I will take that, I won't take that, I will take this, I'll take this, I'll take this, I won't take that. A lot of I will take, because that's the human you are. There's a couple of you won't takes, but you're very open to magic, the universe, whatever, everything you call it. You're very open to all of that. And do you understand why you are like this?
No.
You have come in with a certain knowing and you're trying to remember.
Okay.
And then you're starting to wonder, oh, maybe I remember all of it. Maybe it's all true. How is this possible? But it is. That's why you accept yes, 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 and only a few no's. Yes, 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 yes. Your understanding is all the same. It's all the same message of love. It's the same energy. And you know that. You've known that from the beginning of your time now. Something's not right here. There's some energy that is not being in my life right now, but I know it's somewhere and I will find it. So you became that sort of human. Look over there, look over there, look over here. Ha ha, there they are. I knew they existed. So part of you knew all along from the very beginning, you knew that there was something else. So you just looked till you found it. So now you found lots of it because it's your world is opening to this sort of information and it's readily available. So now you've got to say, yes, 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 a lot more than when you were first looking for it. When you were first looking, you couldn't find it very easily, but now your life's full of it because you've always known it's true. You've always known there's something more going on than this human life. And that has made you into the type of being who's lighter. Don't get too caught up in things because you're thinking, oh, I'm going to pass any minute and so are you. So what's the big deal? But you don't always get to say that. But that's the kind of human you are. You're very polite about it. Well, you don't know we're only here for a drop and then we're passing. So you've gotten used to playing both sides. So you're human and you listen, blah, 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 it's very important, blah, blah, blah. And you're thinking, oh, it's not important at all. But you smile and you say, oh, that's very nice. And then when they're done, you say, no, that's not true at all. So you've learned how to live in the world with this belief system, which is huge, believing most things. Believe so many things. You believe more than most humans do. So you believe all of that. So now there's this part of you, though, that still has to fit in because you have a body and you're not finished there yet. So you have to learn how to be, yes, that's very nice. You have to be that polite little thing. You've learned how to do that very well. But if a human wishes to know your true beliefs, wow, I believe everything. See, that will blow their mind. So give them a little bit at a time. But this energetic exchange is just, it's very interesting to you and easy because you're familiar with all of these energies. So you just float easily into it. You're very little, you don't pull away from it at all. You just jump right in. Of course it's true. Of course it's true. Of course it's true. That's the kind of human you are. Of course it's true. It doesn't matter if I can prove it. It's true. I know it's true. Someone inside of you knows truth, energetic truth or universal truth. So there's a part of you that's always known that, and that somehow throughout your life, you have not disconnected yourself totally from truth. Somehow, even through your dark times, you've kept that little tiny bit of hope, the little fire deep inside of you. You never truly allowed it to go out. There's a part of you that said, I must nurture that. No matter what's happening around me, no matter what humans are trying to put my light out, no matter what, it's very important to me, for some reason, to keep this little flame going. And now you know why, because it was the truth. Now you know why you kept the flame all of that time. So you were to get to this place of evolution that you find yourself in. Very easy with new information and very open to new things. Do you understand what we mean?
Yes.
Did you have a question? Because we just talked all over you.
I do have a question. I just want to know if you could talk to us about the central sun.
This is some human idea, of course. We are not familiar with it. If you were to put it in energetic terms, what would you say that it means?
I think it's like a central sun for all the universes. It's a central point, an energetic point.
So this sort of thing is something that humans have. We're going to tell you straight up that that's a distraction from you actually sitting in the universe of love. So all of these notions of where's this, what's that, how does that connect to this, all of this, these are your brain and ego sorting these things out. If you seek within, we spoke to you about the flame inside. If you spent your time with the flame, oh, you're so lovely, aren't you? I think I'll allow some love to pass through me and go look for a human to share love with. If you were spending the time there, There wouldn't be necessary for your brain and ego to sort out the moon, the sun, the pull, and the universe, all of this business that is very human oriented. So it distracts you from sitting. All of these things, these notions, these words, there are many, many, many interesting words being used right now for different phenomena, but they take you away from sitting and connecting directly with your universe of love. You don't need to know anything else. You've known everything since your first breath, before your first breath. You don't need to know if the sun is sideways or anything. You've got it all. All of the love, all of the information, all of the truth for all eternity resides within you. So you don't need any more information. You don't need any gizmos or books or anything. You know truth when you hear it, or it triggers a certain part of you. What do you think of that?
I think you're right.
Well, that's very good of you to say such a thing.
That was great. Thank you.
Let us do namaste.
Namaste.
Are there others who wish to speak?
Hi, Erin.
You are reluctant to be part of the energetic exchange?
I'm just struggling how I feel today.
Yes. We will remind you of your truest self, shall we?
Sure.
We love to do this. Don't you know this?
Yes.
As a human being, you have come to represent non-physical in your physical being. So you have bravely stepped forth into being so that love energy may exist within humanity. So truly you are brave, worthy of much support, full of great love that passes through you. You are greatly supported by your non-physical support team. They're with you all the time. They're seeing you when you're crying and when you're angry, and they're tapping you on the top of the head. For they adore you. No matter what you do, you can't do anything wrong. You are representing love in physical form. If it needs to be done with the crying and the stomping, that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. If it needs to be done with singing and jumping, oh, that is beautiful as well. They are equally beautiful. Sadness and anger, dancing and singing, beautifully equal. Because they're both having a human experience. They both prove, I have a body. I'm having a life. I'm having a life. And for that, you are highly praised and loved. For you have come where others have not. So you are the brave one. Happiness, sadness, dancing, singing, trying to balance it all out. And then you show up at an energetic exchange such as this, vulnerable as a human, showing your face to others who you don't even know who they are. Because now you are representing others who are confused by emotions, that emotions overwhelm them during their physical time. So you are representing them. So as we speak to you, we're speaking to all of the others who are like you, that you are much adored, needed and perfect the way you are, that there's nothing at all on earth that you can do wrong. And everything you feel is a wonder, for it means you have a physical body and you're having a life. Every moment that you are angry or sad proves that you're still in your life, giving it to go, and you haven't given up yet. You have never given up, no matter what difficulties you face. So you are a brave warrior. You are a princess on the earth. You are a leader of others. You are a channel of love energy. And for that, you are greatly blessed and loved. You are a precious human being. Is that good for you?
That was great. Thank you.
Let us do namaste together. Namaste.
Namaste.
Are there others who wish to speak? There's hesitation, and it is not necessary to have an energetic exchange. For even if you do not speak, you are showing up in human form to represent other humans. So it is not necessary to speak or feel as if you must say something during these energetic exchanges. For if there's anyone else who wishes to speak, you may do so now, or we may complete our circle.
I don't really have anything to say, but if you have something to say to me or people like me, I'm all ears.
Do you understand what we mean when we say complete a circle?
Mm-hmm.
You say that hesitantly because you think whatever you think is not what we think. So we're going to tell you what we believe to know, and you can see if it fits with your understanding. So a circle being completed is beginning to end and coming back to a place of closure where the group itself is complete. Human lives are like this, beginning to end, and then they are complete. And this is a beautiful notion, for you have it when you ring your bells, a circular motion, energy going around and round, much like a human life, beginning to end in perfect harmony, coming in grace and love, leaving in grace and love. It happens in a smaller form with this group, but in each human's life, the same thing happens. Whether you like it or not, it comes full circle and ends somewhere. But there are times where you may choose how it ends, how it is to complete the circle. For there are many circles in your human life. Some you have control over, some you don't. So the word control is important. You like that word. And so the completion of a circle in this manner is the group is held together in love. If this philosophy of coming together completely in love may be taken into your lives and the life of all of those like you, then you place love over the top of the circle and you bring love to each event as it comes from beginning to end. And you understand how things must end. So in this way, we are reminding humans to bring love on top of the circle. So when it's completed, whether it's ugly or pretty or whatever, it can be done in love. For ugly things can be done in love. Beautiful things can be done in love. But for each human that is now brought to this topic forth, you will not forget this about the circle of life, the circle of living, the circle of music, the circle of groups. What do you think of that?
Well, I've been talking about completing the circle quite a bit lately. Yeah, and the cycle of life.
All circular, but they are just like your bell. Did you notice? Around and around and around like this. So at some point, you don't know the beginning or the end any longer because it all becomes one. Becomes one experience, one memory, one note. It's all one, you see. So all of this is about coming together as one. The note is coming together as one. The life is coming together as one. One memory, one life, one note, one community, one universe of love, and one connection from human to human to human. All the way around it goes. So this is a beautiful movement. It's very calming, and it brings your energy into alignment, particularly if it is at a time when your energy is jumpy. This applies to all humans. When your energy is jumpy, you're excited, angry, oh, like this, bring this bowl like this. Eventually, you'll be having such a beautiful note and beautiful energy in the circle that you'll no longer remember what was going on. And all of a sudden, it will bring everything into order, into great peace. And this is what it feels like when the circles are completed. With love over top, they feel peaceful and you feel at ease. And everything seems really quite easy. Whether the difficult or beautiful, it ends in such an easy way. So that is what we mean when we say we will complete the circle. Is that good for you?
Yes. Thank you.
Let us do namaste. Namaste. Are we complete?
I would like to ask a question, dear Erin.
Yes.
I just love everything that I'm hearing this evening, and I thank you. I love the idea that I'm one with everybody and that we're here together. And
Yes.
it's so sacred.
Yes.
I'm in a position right now where there's a new beginning.
Yes.
I'm being shown that I'm to forgive any laments, any regrets.
Yes.
I'm to let that feel disappear so I can just be in harmony with pure love throughout my day.
Yes.
And I'd like some insight, please, into what's new for me. What is new? I have a great sense of humor. I laugh a lot. I'm very grateful. And then I keep saying, holy tamale, I just get what I need in the moment. I didn't know I needed to know that, but now I know it. I've got to go and order 3 books from Monroe's and give them to so-and-so and so-and-so. If I hadn't listened to CBC radio this morning, I wouldn't have known that. So there's a heck of a lot of gratitude, but there's also more of the sorrow because of my son's fentanyl death and the fact that I'm very concerned about his 3 kids. And I know I'm to let that go and let the universe look after them. I'm being shown that I'm not to be in their life right now. But I'd like to know what it is that Spirit wants me to do for the next several years. Apparently, I'm going to be here for another 10. So what am I supposed to be doing? What's the insight today, please?
So as you are speaking this, you are hearing the answer. For you are a human who hears beyond human voices. So as you hear, as you ask, your answer comes. As you ask, your answer comes. So what you are asking is for a mirror of what you already know. So we will mirror what you already know, which is this completeness of circle, around and around and around. And you keep going around and around until you fall off. So around and around you go without knowing what's ahead. Without knowing what's ahead. And you know this very well, that you put one foot in front of the other and you keep ringing that bell around and around until your arm falls off or becomes tired. So around and around you go. You call it the music of life. Each human has their own bell. And each human, therefore, holding their own bell, may join with others and others and others until there is one beautiful note of harmony for all. So you understand all of this so easily, and yet you are wishing to just be part of humanity that allows love energy to pass through them. So what you are wishing for right now is a mirror of what you already know, and you may see it in those that are gathered here. For you have all shown up in your human body to allow love energy to pass through you. So what you are sharing is not for you at all. It's for others. And what you are asking is not for you at all, for you already know. You are showing up in love, allowing questions and answers to come forth for other human beings. So you truly are understanding what the human experience is to be, to show up and allow yourself to be used, even though you don't know what's next. So even though a part of you gets glimpses of possible futures, you don't really know what the future holds. No human does, because all interactions of other beings must come together in certain days and times, and everything must happen perfectly for things to align. So you know this very well, that each human only has one moment to live. And the moment to live can be spent ringing the note. We are very much over this, all over this circle, this note during this energetic exchange, because it's the important thing that brings you all together. So you are representing others. You are asking questions for others in your giving easy way, because you don't need any answers. Do you know what we mean?
I get glimpses of that. I see things in a certain way, and I know that there are two books that I'm to put forward. One for teenagers on really igniting with their own intuition, and another one that I've just submitted to a publisher that's going to inspire others to create more power within.
Yes.
So I understand, and I'm also being shown that, like that young gentleman with Pam, I'm not to hide. I'm to let my voice be heard.
Yes, yes. And when you are speaking in this way, you are confident in hearing truth. So you yourself have your own connection to truth. You have your own connection to information. You can pull things out of the sky if you wish. So you have all of this coming down. So you are coming to this energetic circle, not because you need to know something. You're coming here to represent. You're coming here to be part of life, the human life. So now your life has melded with the group that is here and beyond, because you have shown up as you are.
Thank you. That's a good source of information for me today, and I'm very grateful. Right, Ash?
Let us do namaste together. Namaste.
Namaste.
Are we complete?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Let us finish this beautiful circular exchange with more notes.
I'll do that.
Welcome back.
Oh, that was so sweet.